When I was 13, this was my absolute dream car. Aston Martin V8 Vantage. If you could have put Cheryl Baker from Bucks Fizz in the passenger seat, boy, I would have been so happy. But things move on. Cheryl Baker's got older. I'm a little bit older as well. This is actually the boss of Aston Martin's car, so I'm not going to get too close to it, however tempting it is. Today, though, we're here to talk about this, an all-new V8 Vantage. Just as sexy, just as much of a poster boy, and they're letting me drive this one? So I'm behind the wheel of the new Aston Martin Vantage. That 13-year-old me would never have believed this. But what's it like? Well, I've been fairly critical of Aston Martin interiors in the past. The DB11 initially wasn't good enough for me. They've improved it with a V8 and that'll go into the new V12s. But this is much better. Is it Porsche and Mercedes good? No, it's not. But if you think about what you get with a Porsche Mercedes, it's like a posh kitchen, isn't it? It's kind of just clean and functional. This, it's more like a really nice library in a posh house. It's very British. It's quality-wise, it's very, very good indeed. It's just not quite as clean and clinical. The tech as well, good amount of tech in here, not quite up to those standards. For example, this sounds churlish on the performance car like this, no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Now, when the car's been a car for 95% of its time, you want stuff like that, don't you? Practicality-wise, this cabin fits all shapes and sizes. Frankly, if it fits me, it'll fit anyone. But apparently, anybody from 4'4" to 6'6" can fit comfortably in here. And if you're a golf player, why would you be? Apparently, you can stick 2 golf boots in the what is a hatch at the back. So the new Aston Martin Vantage, still can't believe I'm actually driving this. Under my right foot is the best part of just over 500 brake horsepower. Under my left foot is a nice footrest, because this car only comes with an automatic gearbox. A manual will be available, Aston says, in about a year's time. So it's a great gearbox, a ZF 8-speed gearbox. Aston have avoided a dual clutch system, and I think for the better. This is really slick when you want it to be, but you can take it through 3 modes. There's Sport, Sport Plus and Track. As you move up through the modes, you get a little bit more performance, a little bit more throttle response, a little bit more noise. This car, it's a great sounding car. Doesn't quite have the pops and bangs that you'll get from this same V8 engine that's in Mercedes cars, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Sometimes that's a little bit too much. Anyway, I was talking about those modes. Speeds up things with a gearbox, gives you a little bit more of a kick, and gives you a little bit more sound as well, and that's all part of it. But the steering is fabulous. The grip is tremendous. I am really, really impressed with this car. Most of all though, for 95% of the time, it just has to be a car, doesn't it? And when it's just a car, it's doing those things really, really well too. And just every now and again, you can just have a little bit of fun and squirt the throttle, listen to that engine, and away you go. So this is me driving around fairly gently at the moment because it's raining. Let me show you what it's really like to drive one of these. So I've driven the Vantage on the road, but this is also very much a track car, and with me now is the legend that is Matt Becker of Aston Martin, who's the guy who's responsible. Thank you very much, Matt. There we go. He's responsible for the handling of this car, which, as you can probably make out from my movement, if not Matt's, and the fact that I'm slightly reddened in the face, that it's quite good. Didn't actually do this on the road. I did have a go at this on the track, but frankly, this bloke can do things with a car that I can only dream of. That's the rumble strips, not my stomach, although frankly it could be. But Matt, what's your favourite bit about this car?
I just think the way that any driver can drive at any level and get reward from it. It's a car that really talks to you. It's got a very playful nature. You can slide the car, and what I like about when you slide the car is the recovery from a slide is very progressive. It's very easy to do.
Yep, I mean, you are quite skilled at this, but it feels more controlled than I've felt in other cars when I've been driven sideways, frankly. Now, a lot of that's down to you, but I suspect a fair bit's down to the car as well. And there we go. As I said, I could have done this, but frankly it would have been a lot less fun, a lot more boring, and an awful lot slower. Thank you very much, Matt. So is the new Aston Martin Vantage worthy of a place on my bedroom wall? Well, my wife might have something to say about that, as she probably will the comments about Cheryl Baker earlier. But yes, this is one fantastic car. The $1 million question, or more likely £120,900 question, which is how much one of these costs, is would I have one of these rather than a 911 Turbo? Simple answer is yes, I would. It's different. It's better in some ways, not quite as good in others, but it's a great piece of British engineering. Looks fantastic, drives brilliantly, and the Porsche range starts at £70,000, which is where I would probably go. But this range starts at 120,000, which makes it more exclusive. And for me, off my bedroom wall and onto my driveway. Now that would be a dream.